Welcome to today's technical analysis on crypto trading. My name is Derek and it is Monday, the 21st of August, 2017. Welcome, and let's start off within the Bitcoin chart, trading a little north of the 4,000 US dollar handle. And this is day number 3 of even 4 for that matter of touching this 18 average or this correctionary phase, but yeah, we'll call it 3 for now. And it's been doing about a whole lot of nothing. We can look at the size of today's and yesterday's candle. Very small. There has been some other small ones along the way, but these are situations that occur a lot of times within these correctionary moves. Like this one in here is small. You had these two. You had this day, like a pause session more than anything. So a pause period. It's been pausing for a couple plus days now. If we look at the numbers at the top, we got a high of 4,080, a low of about 3,950. So 50 plus 180 translates into 130. That's a little over 3% volatility. And for a stock market, that would be huge. But 3% is nothing, as we can see within this time frame. So sideways consolidation from the last leg higher, which lifted off from 34.50. And just hanging in there. There's been 2 legs higher since this breakout in here. Leg 1 higher. Correction, leg 2, and right now it's in that state of correction again. If there's going to be any downside targets, 2 spots where it came from, 34.50 and then 3,000 psychological, but more likely appears below, closer to 29 would be the areas that I'd be looking for as the next 2 parts. If, of course, there's going to be a price correction. And simply price action getting above here, starting to get upward momentum, breaking out above here. That would be leg number 3 within the bull market. Now, as far as altcoins that I'm going to be showing, as I'm saying this, I don't even know what I'm going to cover. Well, I do know. I'm going to cover the top codes on Bittrex, whatever they happen to be. Whatever's up 80% or whatever those big codes are, I'm going to look momentarily and cover them. But I also want to talk mainly about how that code would be doing based on the simple strategy that I like. An example of it might be, okay, I'm going to maybe put a buy order here, you put a buy order here. Oh, so after you buy, you put a sell order here. Of course, that doesn't hit. This buy order, let's say it's a sell order here. And then you bought here, but you sold that here. After selling here, we'll say you bought maybe down here. You sold that one here with a buy order, say, back in here. You're basically looking to pick away at it, just that simple. So let's take a look at the code that's up the most. That would be ZCL, Z Classic. And when I had no idea this would be the one that would be doing so well. Although I did sell some today, so I knew it was up well today. However, let's just assume when you're in this situation in here, you have your sell orders wherever, then you have a buy order here, you have a buy order here, you have one here, and let's just say your lowest one was even here. That meant that when this day concluded, these 3 orders for me would have been instantly sold off. I mean, no questions asked. This one here, I probably put a sell order maybe up towards this area in here. And then you'd start, of course, placing whatever buy orders you had along the way. Now, the only time during this downtrend you can really get any profits is if you're able to pick away at the pierces on or the lower highs. So if you buy here and sell in here, you're going to be making some executable trades. And in here, there's definitely no reason why, if you're not buying in here, you could easily could be putting sell orders in again, and then today sell orders to be approaching. But when we take a look at this chart on a technical analysis level, it's trying to attempt a breakout. A lot of times these things have failed in the past. We do see some extreme volume which is obviously much higher than occurred on this particular session. So is that a start of what will be a 18 average that's going to do the opposite of this? Instead of resisting it on many levels, it will support it? I say that with a question mark because I don't know, but I'll continue to be placing sell orders at the higher levels and continue to be looking to be buying on a pattern that's making lower lows. So I'll be looking, of course, for any key situations if it breaks through here, that I'll be looking to buy again at these lower levels where these lines are, as an example. SPHR is the next one. And in this one, when you look back at that example of all of the situations of buy and sell orders, let's go back in here. Anything in which you had accumulated from before where you were able to put sell orders in here, well, these sell orders have had a hard time being pressed. Maybe you can buy it back in here. But everything else you can see in time was able to be bought back. You mean if you sell here, you place a buy order, or you buy it maybe somewhere in here. And here's another situation where whatever sell orders you had in here, you were able to buy back immediately for a profit. That is like so sweet when situations like that occur. Anything bought in here, easily to be sold, easily to be bought and back, and then everything bought and back, we're selling again in this situation. So you sell in here, I'd be looking to buy back at this lower point. Now in this situation, you have we have a situation here that it's trying to come in with a reversal of trend. Unlike the ZCL with the extreme volume, it's higher volume, but it's definitely not extreme. I can see very quickly that this 60 handle right in here is a huge point. So one of the things I would think, well, maybe put a buy order in at around 60. That seems to be an area, if it's going to come back to that, it may do so. Probably wouldn't come in line within this 18 average over the next couple of days. And then you can say, is there any type of short-term trading available within this? When there's big up and down days, there oftentimes can be. So you can do this by shorting it out, even the 1, 3, 5 minute time frame. So let's shorten it out really short. And when I look at this, this is the 5 minute. I don't see anything here where I really want to get in by any means. I don't want to chase this, even though it's technically down a bit from this high. It's had a nice breakout over the last hour or such. But I can also see, after basically trading in a congested range of around 68 to 66, that it's made a move north of 80. This is like 20+% in just a short period of time. So therefore, there's definitely a lot of gains to be had. And then even on this congestion area in here, where it was south of 50, or in or around 50 for that matter. And then it has a very good leg higher over several hours. And that's a gain of about 50%. So these huge gains definitely in place. I look at this as far as, okay, where would I want to be a buyer if I think it's going to be coming lower short term? We've got the 72 level that was previously hit. You can also run it deep inside, maybe go a little bit in deep within it, so maybe at around 70 or 69. You've also came down earlier, could have come back towards this level. I say that with a question mark, but if I'm looking to get in for a quick little play, one of the things I would pick one or both of the others. You also got this point in at 50. If I look at this like maybe at a 10 or 15 minute time frame, and I'm actually going to go to the 30, this gives me two places if I were to buy where I would. One is at this 70 handle, as I was mentioning. And then I think the 54, we can see this little area here. If there's going to be any okay size moves, then maybe that's a spot where it could have a little bit of a bounce from. But for now, it's having the attempt of trying to break what I see within that long, or within the downtrend from the daily chart. Yep, right in here. Let's do one more final one. And this is code XBB, Bullberry. And it's up 62%, very close to the Fibonacci number of 61.8, but that's neither here nor there. Interesting looking development. You have this leg lower, definite key supported at this area, this attempt to move this market higher, which has held this support. And this is a very beautiful, interesting move. I don't think I took a part of it all because I don't think I've been really trading this. Something that most likely has been, I've been avoiding a lot of it on the lower volume ones. I'm not sure it's normal volume. But let's just put it this way. Anything that you bought in here was instantly sold for a profit. Everything that was bought in here can now be sold in at that of a profit. For those who buy in here, which is something I don't do, I'm the opposite. I sell in here. Well, they're now able to get back at even right now if they choose to do so. And it means anything that I did sell in here, okay, I'm definitely going to want to buy back where it came from in here. So long term, yeah, 14. I'm not going to do anything within this, but I'd also realize where would I place sell orders? So right before this high would be one spot. And then you have all of these areas in here, but look at these days that you've had in the past. Maybe this is a reason why you should have some exposure to this, is just to have a whole bunch of insane sell orders. I mean, technically speaking, you're better off, in my opinion, having sell orders way up here and however high you want to go than just holding them in your exchange like you normally would, saying, okay, your balance is so many of these codes, and that's what they are. Instead, if you have a sell order here and it just has one of these wild moves like we see around the 14th of March, that would be wild. We look at this on the weekly time frame. This is one that was priced at close to 1 million Satoshi before, falling significant to the downside. A very, very long congestion area. This one in here primarily in 2015 and 2016. So since that time frame, or this breakout, have this high not seen in a while, it come back to this low. This massive volatility going both above and below in here, and it's still a little wild as far as its move. So you definitely could see, it wouldn't surprise me if you'd have like in a month or so from whatever period, you might get 2, 3, maybe even just one period the way this is going. This could climb all the way to 80,000 as a possibility. And that's really based on where it came from. It's done it before at the start of the year and into the the first few weeks of 2017. We can see, well, obviously it came from in here back down to here. So if you look at this again with more periods on the daily term time frame, and this is the start of the 2017. So in here, you got a bunch of sell orders. They come through, and everything sold is guaranteed to be bought back when you see the monstrosity of a sell-off that occurred within this point. Beautiful profits by having the buy orders in here. And all of these buy orders were instantly profitable. There was a sell opportunity here. Buy it back. And then the sell opportunity again. So that's why I like this type of strategy. And you don't really have to be able to predict the market. Oh, I think this is going to go up now. I want to go long. No, I'm just going to have my buy orders and sell orders ready. And if anything's ever ready to go way up or way down, then my buy orders and sell orders will be executed. And then if you're just happen to use that type of market philosophy in here, you would notice, oh, I got a buy order here. Sweet. Let's put a sell order maybe here, which obviously would have hit. Okay, let's put a buy order back, say, down in here again. Well, you'd wait a while for that one, but you'd hit later. And then you have other sell orders in place. Maybe you have one here, and then all of these other above. You wake up, you see 3 or 4 sell orders come in and get hit. Wow, that would be very profitable. You sell that, say, 35, we'll say 50. Maybe you had in one at 62 and maybe at 89. And then the price comes back down to like under 30. That's total profits along the way. So I like this because, again, you don't have to be trying to time the market perfect, always looking at charts, just being aware of when the orders come in, and then every so often taking a look at different things, especially in different examples where, for example, let's see, like normally if I had a buy order in here and it just missed, I'd want to go a little bit lower. And in a situation like in here, if I noticed I missed this buy as an example, oops, it's going up, I'm either going to want to sell a little above what the low was, thus increase my buy order, or drop it down a bit more. And of course, if, say, for example, I had a buy order a little south of where this was and I went lower, then either I maybe would have hit this low or missed it again. So that's a situation where if you're trying to buy cheap, trying to sell high, you're going to miss it at times. Maybe in a situation here you had a sell order and you know what, you just missed it. And there's times where if I miss this, I'm going to reduce the sell order down here or increase it up towards here. That's a thing I will often do at different times when I barely miss it. But you have to actually go in, for me, I have to actually look at the codes individually every so often and really organize my portfolio, which is something I do on a monthly basis for the most part. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope this has been helpful, entertaining, educational. Anything you do is based on your own decisions, your own risk, and your own reward. Thank you, and have a great day.